When I'm writing, I am sitting on a child's bed, reading the book to the child. I can see the child's face, and I have a classroom in my mind also, with a wonderful teacher sitting in front of a wide-eyed bunch of children, and I'm actually one of the children.
Well, working with MemFox is one of the great joys of my editorial life.
I love the way you've given it this frame.
We work in a really intensive way. We're thinking about what's going to be the result that's going to make that experience be the most powerful experience between text and pictures and child.
The most important part of a child's learning to read is what happens between 0 and 5. This is why I write books so rarely, because my passion is, hey, let's get everybody to read to their children. We need to stimulate the brain tremendously in the first year of life. And one of the main and most pleasurable ways of doing it is by reading to them. Just loving it. Just loving it. I was born in Australia. I grew up in Africa, and then I went to drama school in London. And people often said to me, why haven't you written an African book? Because your entire childhood, your formative years, Zimbabwe was where I grew up, you know, that country itself, surely all of that experience must have given you ideas for stories. The animal thing about Africa really was very, very strong in my life and inspired me to write Hello Baby. It is a passionately African book, and it's dedicated, in fact, to African friends in Africa. It's very, very important for children to have fairy stories that are confusing, frightening, and end up happily. It's good for their psychological development. And I wanted to write a real fairy story. And even though I'd only written the first line, for the Goblin and the Empty Chair, I felt the hairs on my arms sort of standing up. I knew that something powerful was happening. When you put the Goblin and the Empty Chair next to Hello Baby, I think it's unbelievable that the same author wrote them, because it's two completely different me's. I just don't understand how I did that. I don't understand that other part of my brain. Perhaps half of my brain is disturbed and the other half is normal. What do you reckon?